TugVision Commercial inserting a harbour towage contract. Imagine that our commercial department has signed a contract with the famous Container Line Limited Green for harbour towage operation within the port of Rotterdam. They agreed on a lump sum of €6,000 per tugboat that is used upon arrival, departure or shifting. As from this month, ships were rolling in port and we will have to set up a harbour towage contract that the operational registration we can then produce into an invoice. So we will go to the contract list and select New. This is the contract card for harbour towage operations. For the contractor, we will select Container Line Limited Green. Then we will select the lump sum with notice. We will select the default price list of the Port of Rotterdam, resulting in standard prices for Tariff A, surcharges, services and a bunker surcharge agreement. In other circumstances, you would give discount and commissions based on this default price list. But in this example, our commercial department has agreed on a lump sum of €6,000 per tugboat. You can use the summary field for your own convenience. As from this month, this contract needs to be enforced. With the price code set up, we can then decide if we want to follow the source price list as being Rotterdam, or we want to make a contract-specific price list. And in this case, we agreed upon a lump sum. So we will open Tariff A. And here you see the various price areas with a certain length of the ship that is rolling into port. And depending on the length of the ship, a different price will be involved. But not in this case. In this case, we will enter lump sum, meaning that for every size of the ship, we agreed that we will charge €6,000 for each ship. In this way, we have now set up the lump sum of €6,000. Under contract relations, we can then see that the contractor is Container Line Limited. It's direct billing, so we will also send the invoice to the same address as the contractor. However, some container ships have a husbandry agent in port, so you want to send the invoice to an agency. It can also be that in some contracts there is a commission entitled. So then you can select commission entitled and select even another company that is entitled for commission. In this setup, you can also change to a different postal address, meaning different than the one on the customer card, or a different email address, meaning different than the default email addresses on the customer card. If needed, then within attachments, you can add the paper signed contract from the commercial department, easy for audit trails. With setup, not everybody can enter and access this attachment. So with rights and permissions, you can make sure that only commercial people or people with a permission can view this attachment. You could also enable a Business Central workflow to send an approval before this contract is being used for commercial calculation methods. If the workflow is not set up, then you can press on release and the contract is ready to use. It's also prevented that the contract will be deleted after it has been released. In this way, we have demonstrated how to set up a lump sum contract for a container ship calling the Port of Rotterdam. When operational data is now inserted in the system, this contract will be used to generate an invoice for our customer.